On this episode, we talk about 1031 exchanges and easements. What's up, everybody? This is Jason Cassity with I Sell the City Real Estate in downtown San Diego, and thanks for checking back in with episode 23 of Ask a Realtor. I am so glad to be back. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. I am getting ready to head out after this to go over to Smarter San Diego TV to do an episode of the real estate debate where we are talking about 1031 exchanges and Zillow coming soon and whether that's a good feature for homeowners or home sellers in real estate. So if you're watching on Instagram Live or Facebook Live, you guys can tune back in at right around 11 o'clock. I'll post the link on my Facebook so you guys can check in on that real estate debate. But as for the show, I wanted to tackle 1031 exchanges as well because it's a question we get a lot. So that is question number one, and we'll get right into it. Let's go.
What is a 1031 exchange?
Question one, what is a 1031 exchange? That's a great question. 1031 actually comes from, it's a nickname for what it is, because of the line item on your taxes. It's that line item 1031, and what it is basically a like-kind exchange where you can defer your taxable, basically your taxable gains until the next time you sell a property. So this comes into play with investment properties, second home, third homes, rental homes, things like that. So homeowners and even business owners who own their properties and own investment properties, when they sell that property, they have to pay at a high tax rate on their investment gains, right? Well, by doing a 1031, you can do this once in a lifetime. You can actually defer that 1031, defer that taxable basis until your next sale. So a lot of times, maybe someone, especially a homeowner or something like that, they may only have one rental property or one investment property, and they want to buy up. Well, they only need to, they want to save that huge hit that they're going to have to pay in taxes until the next time in order to reinvest that, maybe buy another property or whatnot. So the 1031 exchange allows homeowners to actually defer that tax liability until the next time when they sell that next thing. And that's pretty much how a 1031 is explained. Now, it's kind of a hot topic right now because, in essence, on President Trump's new tax plan, he actually propositioned doing away with the 1031 tax exchange, which would be a huge impact to the real estate community as well as homeowners and investors alike and things like that. What could happen? That's the topic of the debate. Who knows? I don't have a crystal ball as to what would happen if they did away with the 1031, but it would definitely have kind of a reciprocal effect on the whole industry. 1031s going away means maybe people not selling their investment properties when they would have in the past, which means less deals all around. So ancillary services like real estate agents and brokers and title companies and lenders and things like that could probably take a hit on a 1031 if that were to go away, but that remains to be seen. So in essence, that's what a 1031 exchange is. It's a like-kind exchange and a way to defer your tax liability until the next time you sell your home. So good question.
What is an easement?
Question two, what is an easement? That's a good question. We just had this question the other day, so I wanted to make sure I touched on it. Basically, and the long and the short of it is an easement is a legal right for someone to use your property for a specific service or a specific purpose, right? So if you own a condo here, I'm in a high-rise. If you own a condo, you could have a window washing easement on your balcony, and that allows, basically, you own the airspace within your condo, but it allows the HOA access through your condo to that window washing easement so that they can clip in and then go down and clean the windows or whatnot. So while you do own that, you have to allow for them to come through and do the window washing. Another common easement would be like for the gas and electric company. If you own a home, you could have an easement for the gas and electric company to go down your property to get to the meters or whatnot, right? Because obviously if you own the property, you can say who can come on and who can't. But part of what buying into, you have to allow them to get to the meters to service and things like that. So that's another example of an easement. Maybe telephone companies, if you have telephone poles in your backyard or something like that, you likely have an easement on your deed or on your in your title that says that while you own everything, you have to allow for this specific purpose. I've seen it a couple times too where there's maybe a property stuck behind another property, and so there'll be a driveway that runs down the side of the property, and that's for the back house to be able to get access to the street. That would be considered an easement on the front person's property. So good question. Easements are very common. You generally, when you're buying the house, you can look into, have your title company and whatnot tell you what is registered on the grant deed and what's registered in the chain of title. They'll tell you about any easements that are on your specific property. So great question. And that's it. That's episode 23 of Ask a Realtor. Thank you so much for checking back in. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so that you can get notifications as soon as a new episode comes out. You can also follow me on Facebook. That's where I'm doing a lot of the live streaming. I'm here on Instagram as well right now, but you can follow me on Facebook so that you can see stuff as it's happening. You can jump into the trenches. You can ask me questions and whatnot, and I'd love to interact with you guys there. I'm also on Twitter, Instagram, yada, yada, yada. So thanks again for checking in and following with me. Again, hang around for about an hour or so. I'm going to be on Smarter San Diego TV recording the real estate debate where we're talking about 1031 exchanges and Zillow coming soon and whether or not that's a good feature for homeowners and home sellers. So thanks again. Check it out. Bye. Peace.